There is a brutal truth that good men like us must accept. That truth is, the harder you try, the further she pulls away. It sounds absurd, does it not? You do everything right. You are kind, you care, you are always there. But in the end, the one she cannot stop thinking about is the guy who seems like he couldn't care less. The answer, my brother, is not in looks, money, or cliche pickup lines. It lies in a simple paradox. A truth that 99% of men out there will never realize. That is, the paradox of the chase. And in this video, I will not just show you why you fail the harder you try. I will give you a 3-step map to completely turn the tables, to transform her indifference into a burning obsession, without you having to pretend or change who you truly are. The first key to unlocking this door lies in reprogramming a deadly false belief. Let us begin with step 1. First of all, let us be honest with each other, brother. There was a time when I myself believed that replying to her text in 3 seconds, being ready to cancel any plan when she called, was the sign of a caring man, right? That is the sweet trap that so many of us fall into. Wrong. Desire is not born from convenience, it is born from absence. When you are always there, you become air, necessary, but nobody really notices. But when you are sometimes absent, you become a noticeable breeze, a presence that makes someone stop and feel. Understand this, your absolute availability is killing her imagination. And imagination is precisely where desire begins to bloom. And here's the second raw truth. No one is attracted to a void that needs to be filled. Women are drawn to a complete world that they long to be a part of. Have goals, have passions, have evenings busy with your own projects. Your energy must roar. My world's amazing and I'm inviting you in. Not whisper, my world is empty, please fill it. And the third principle, never let her be able to predict you. Do not be an easy open book. Today, you are a deep listener. But tomorrow, be the funny, bold man with a bit of a challenge. This variety forces her brain to constantly process data about you, and while she is busy thinking about you, you have already occupied the space in her mind. And all of the above converges into the most powerful mindset a man can possess. It is called detachment from the outcome. Listen carefully. It means you want her, but you do not need her to feel happy or whole. You are complete with or without her. This energy cannot be faked, and it is extremely, extremely attractive. Once you have ingrained this mindset as your foundation, it is time to arm your words. In step 2, we will learn to say less, but imply everything. You now have the mindset of a prize. Now it is time to communicate like a prize. And the first secret is, forget the flowery, cliche words. Real attraction lies in your tone. Practice this today. Lower your tone of voice a bit. Speak more slowly, so that every word you utter has weight, as if you are tasting each one. And most importantly, create pauses in your conversation. Those pauses, my brother, are more powerful than 1,000 words. It forces her to lean in, waiting for your every word. The second secret, the mysterious gaze. Do not stare, look with intention. Hold your gaze with hers, just long enough for her to know that you truly see her. But at that decisive moment, the moment she starts to wonder, what is he thinking? Be the one to look away first, with a slight, almost imperceptible smile. You have just planted a wordless question in her mind, and she will spend all night trying to find the answer. And the third technique, the power of implication. The most attractive men never state their intentions directly. They suggest. Learn to use double meanings. For example, when she says, I'm a bit tired today. The mistake I used to make was to say, then you should get some rest. Instead, try saying, oh, so you need a more relaxing evening than usual, huh? That word relaxing could be innocent. Or not. Let her imagination do the rest. And here is the technique for those who play at a higher level, called challenging and qualifying. Instead of always being the one giving compliments, learn to reverse the roles. For example, she tells an interesting story. Instead of saying, wow, that's cool, say, with a smile, I'll take your word for it for now. Besides these stories, what else is special about you? You see? You just flipped the script. Now she's the one who has to work to impress you. But Even when you have mastered your words, there is still one final level. The level that can create true emotional obsession. It is the art of push and pull. And this is the most important part of this entire video. Remember this and it will change how you see everything. Women do not fall in love with a man, they fall in love with the feeling that man gives them. And the most addictive feeling in the world is an emotional roller coaster they cannot control. This is the truth. Safety creates friendship, instability creates passion. I know exactly what you are thinking. Why is she obsessed with that bad boy? It is not because she likes being treated poorly. Absolutely not. It is because, on a deep level, that guy makes her feel an intense mix of emotions. A bit of excitement, a bit of frustration, and a whole lot of uncertainty. That mixture. It is addictive. And here's how you create that roller coaster in a healthy and extremely attractive way. This technique is called push and pull. It is simple yet powerful. First, you pull her closer with warmth, a sincere compliment. For example, I really like the way you think about this issue. And just as she feels the connection, you immediately push her away gently with a playful challenge. For example, it almost makes me forget you are also quite a handful. A pull, and a push. This surprise shatters every script in her head. It creates an emotional loop that makes her constantly think about you, trying to figure you out. And finally, the ultimate principle of obsession, intentional physical touch. When the emotional tension has reached its peak, when the conversation has meaningful pauses, that is when a light touch has the power of 1,000 words. When you hand her something, let your fingers touch hers, and hold it for a second longer than normal, then pull back. That is a signal, a wordless question. And let her be the one who craves the next touch. This is not a switch you can just flip on. This is a transformation process. And here is the exact blueprint for that process. The first step, and also the most difficult, is the motivation audit. Take a piece of paper and a pen, and question yourself ruthlessly. Write down everything you are pursuing, the job you are doing, your financial goals, your workout routine, the skills you are learning, everything. Next to each item, answer this question honestly. Am I doing this because I truly want to? Or because I want the approval of others? Do I go to the gym to be healthy and love myself or to impress women? Do I make money to have freedom or to prove I'm better than others? Be honest with yourself. This is the first step to breaking the chains. Step 2. Build a self-validation machine. Instead of waiting for praise from the outside to feel good, learn to be the source of your own validation. Every day, take 1 minute to acknowledge your efforts, no matter how small. Tell yourself, I did well today. I kept the promise I made to myself. When you are no longer hungry for external validation, you will never act from a place of neediness again. Step 3. Cultivate presence and authenticity. This is a practical exercise. In your upcoming conversations, set a single goal. Put your phone down, stop calculating what to say next, and just be there. Listen to understand, not to reply. Be yourself with all your awkwardness and imperfections. Authenticity has a stronger connective power than any fancy words. Step 4. Forge resilience through challenge. Do not avoid pressure. Welcome it. Practice meditation for just 5 minutes a day to observe your emotions come and go without being swept away by them. Proactively face situations that make you slightly uncomfortable. Welcome criticism as a free opportunity to practice non-reactivity. Strength is not born from comfort. It is forged in fire. And finally, step 5. The most important, most transformative step. It is the death of the old self. Understand that this process is not just about building new habits. It is deeper than that. This is about you allowing your old self, the weak self, the one who always needed validation from others, the self who was always afraid of rejection, of being judged, to die. You must actively let go of the old person to welcome a new version. Only then, I'd say, will the strongest, most sovereign, and most authentic version of you have the space to be truly born. You don't build a new man, you set the real one free. So we have journeyed together from understanding the deadly mistake of the chase to rebuilding the mindset of a prize, and finally learning to master the emotional game. But if you can only remember one thing from this video, my brother, remember this. The truth is, women do not crave compliments. They crave energy. The energy of a man who knows who he is, knows what he wants, and is unfazed by anyone or anything, including her. So, starting today, stop asking the wrong question. What do I have to do to get her? And start asking the much more powerful question. What kind of man do I have to become for her to not be able to stop thinking about me? You do not need to chase, you just need to become. And when you walk with that energy, they will feel it. And they will be the ones who come to you. In the next 24 hours, try applying the push-pull technique in the smallest of conversations. Come back and share what it felt like in the comments. And in the next video, we will analyze the 5 deadly mistakes on a first date. Hit subscribe so you do not miss it.